All right, I think we're on. Let me turn the volume down on my other phone here. Going to use it to try to keep up with everybody. Jimmy and Tammy, welcome. Happy holidays to you too. Merry Christmas. Country Dad's in the house. Glad to see him. We'll let a few more people get online here and then we'll get to going. Mama Dukes is here. Hello from New Jersey. Well, hello back from Nebraska. Good to see you. Country Fun is here. Country Dad's wife. Nice to see you there. Well, it's been a long time since we've done a live stream, so I thought we'd do one. There's a whole lot to catch you guys up on. It's been really, really crazy here. A lot of personal stuff going on that we'll catch you up on. Not all of it good. But we've been dealing with stuff ever since probably about harvest time, even before harvest. So the first thing that happened, I'll fill you in on, is Mom took a trip out to California to visit. She went to stay with my niece, and that was right after Ramona left here in the latter part of July. And she got out there, she got COVID right away, and she passed out, fell down, hit her head, kind of bruised up her foot, maybe broke her foot. I'm not sure. She ended up in the hospital. And then after the hospital, she went to a rehab facility where things took a really bad turn there. Because she had COVID, they locked her down, wouldn't let anybody visit her or anything. Nobody had heard from her. So my niece luckily went down to that facility and told them she wanted to see her grandma, and they were going to refuse her to go in. So she basically said, sorry about your luck, I'm going in. And once she got in there, Mom was kind of almost unconscious. So she forced them to, luckily got her in a better facility to where she was being taken care of, a rehab facility that was a lot nicer. That worked out well. And it took her a month to have enough to come back home to Nebraska. My niece's husband flew with her, flew out to Denver. I flew to Denver, and we transferred her to me, and then I brought her back home. I stayed the night in her apartment with her. She had a doctor's appointment the very next day, and we got her to a nursing facility here, a fantastic one. So she was rehabbing there. I don't know if you know anything about Medicare. You get 100 days in a skilled nursing facility per incident, and she was running out of her 100 days, and we went to another doctor's appointment, and she still wasn't back 100% like she was before she left. And the doctor agreed with me and recommended that she stay at the nursing facility, which prior she could not afford to go to. But with the level of care rising, she was able to qualify to go to the nursing facility. She was kind of relieved to go there. So that's where she's at now, full-time at the nursing facility. I've been dealing with going through all of her stuff, going through all her apartment and getting all of her stuff out of there so she didn't have to pay another month's rent. So it's been really, really hectic. But she's safely at the nursing home now. She's doing very well. She didn't mind going, which was a plus for me, because usually you have to drag your parents kicking and screaming into a care facility if they need to care and need 24-hour supervision. So I was glad that she was ready to go. And this facility is amazing. I've never seen one like it. There's no smells when you walk in. There's so much staff there. It's just like a cruise ship almost, parked on land. But she's getting very good care. So that's the update on Mom. Well, right in the middle of dealing with all that and right in the middle of harvest, my brother who lives in Oklahoma passed away suddenly. If you remember him from when we went to California last year, if you look at the video, checking out our old stomping grounds or something like that, I think it was in May of last year. But you'll see my brother on that. But we'd got a phone call that he'd went into the hospital with massive internal bleeding, and everybody was optimistic that he was going to get better after surgery. He was in an induced coma, and things were looking up. The day they removed the vent from him, which was about a week after we'd found out, that morning they said he was responding to commands and stuff like that. So things were looking good. I thought I was going to be able to talk with him, maybe run down there once he was conscious and able to, speak. But that evening at 10 o'clock, we got a call here at the house suddenly that they said they did everything they could for him, and they were basically just keeping him alive with machines and wanted permission to forego any other life-saving stuff. So we had to make that decision, and I know my brother would want me to do that. He wouldn't want to live without without full capacity. So we had to do that. So my brother passed away and all this too. So we've been dealing with a little bit of that. So if you've noticed, we've been in the kitchen a lot more. We haven't done a lot of outside projects. Just haven't had the time. Haven't had really the time to do it. I could have left harvest and went down to Oklahoma, but it really didn't serve a purpose at that point. I've been in contact with my brother's girlfriend down there, and we had him cremated. He was a Navy veteran, and I'm going to go down in the spring, and we're going to spread his ashes down there. So I've ordered. I had both of his DD-214s from the Navy because he served twice. He went in initially right out of high school, and then got out and went back in. So he had two DD-214s. So I got those. So I ordered up all his ribbons, all his medals, all his awards, everything I could. His girlfriend's going to give me and Mom the flag so we can have that. So I'm going to make a nice display with all his info on it. But that's what's been going on, including with harvest. Harvest was kind of weird this year. We got breaks here and there. It didn't go full on straight through like it normally does, which in one way was good. We didn't get burnout because there was breaks in the middle, but it really drug out harvest a long time. Now, if you enjoyed the harvest content, I'm going to have to apologize because I'm not going to do harvest again next year. I like going camping and fishing and stuff like that and getting things done here on the homestead. And fall is like one of the perfect times, that and spring, because it's not too hot, not too cold. We can go camping, fishing, and stuff like that. So I want to do more of that. So I kind of retired for the second time. I told the folks I was working for that I won't be doing harvest next year. I wanted to give them a year notice so they could find another driver. But I enjoyed harvest, but I'm really going to enjoy what I'm going to be able to do now that I won't be harvesting next year. I didn't need the income. I was only helping out. I was taking some pressure off my cousin because my cousin, he runs the restaurant here in town, him and his wife, and he had so much to do, and he was helping this farmer out as well. So I kind of took the pressure off of him. Well, he's back working full time for him now, so there really wasn't much use to take the pressure off of him because he's back at it again. But that's what's been going on. Things are slowing down now. We had my brother, my friend Steve. I call him my brother from another mother. We're not blood brothers, but we're close enough. So he just left here the other day. He's headed back west to spend Christmas with his family. So he's had a few setbacks along the way with his vehicle, but he's getting through that. So, but that's what's been going on the farm. I'm looking forward to getting out and doing more projects. We've got the Farm All Cub that we're going to get back on. We've got that Model hit and miss engine we have to get back on because it's all apart out in the shop. Fortunately, this week, the Lord's looking down on me because we have temperatures in the mid 50s all this week. So I thought I wasn't going to be able to do any more painting on the farm all, but we're going to kick that off tomorrow. I'm going to start cleaning up some parts. Tomorrow's the only day that I think that's below 50. So we'll do a lot of cleaning tomorrow, and then we can get those parts painted and get the parts we pulled off the farm all there on the rear put back on. So stay tuned for that content there. So let me look through here, see if we've got any questions I need to answer. Let's see here. Jimmy and Tammy, glad to hear she's doing well. Thank you, Jimmy and Tammy. Doesn't look like we have any questions. Linda Lydell, thank you. Stu Pedasso, one of my old co-workers. Welcome to the live feed, Stu. It's not his name. We called him Cracker back in the day. But only he knows why. Mama Duke says, take some time to heal. I've actually already kind of done that, kind of behind the scenes. And that's why we haven't been doing a lot of outside stuff. But thank you. I did. And one bright light, sorry to hear all the hard times you've had to deal with. Hope things are getting better, and they are. Kelly and I are back on track. We just had our anniversary. Was it Thursday, babe? The 15th? Friday, the 15th. Yes, day before yesterday. We had our anniversary, 9 years. It's going to be 3 more years before she has the title. My first marriage was 11 years. So I know she's going to go the distance for sure. Love you too there, bud. Thank you, Country Fun. Happy anniversary. So you guys got to do a video. I sent them some corn down to Oklahoma because Country Dad said he didn't have any corn down there around handy. So I sent him a whole box of corn to use in his sheller. I sent some ears with the corn on the cob, and I sent him some loose corn kernels also. So I want to see some video on that when you're processing that corn. Stephanie, our friend Stephanie from Tennessee is here. Love you guys too. Did you get your package yet? I sent you a package. Country Dad says, go for it, Kel.
Go for what?
The title.
Oh. Got too much invested now.
Yeah. Country Dad said the video's in the making. So they have a channel too. I think it's under Country Fun. So go check them out. Thank you, Beth Davis. Country Fun says Kelly already has the title. She does. I got a few titles I bestowed on her. David's here. That's another one of my friends from Tennessee. That's Stephanie's husband. Well, Dave, you did miss 10 minutes, but once it's posted, you can go back and watch the whole thing. Because it'll post like any other video once we're done. Says her package should be there tomorrow. Hope you enjoy it. It matches something that we already gave you. One bright light. I know it's off topic, but what varieties of grapes do you grow? I don't care if it's off topic. We can go off topic now. We really don't have a topic. You got to come up with them. Let's see. What varieties of grapes would you go? Would you recommend your favorite? So we have Concord, which grows here in Nebraska. We have Catawba, I think it is, and Catawba, and Red Swenson. They're all seeded grapes. They're not seedless. So you pretty much got to make juice out of them. They're not much good for fresh eating because the seed inside is so big. But we use them for juice. I combine all three for the juice that we do. Kelly picked them all this year, and they're currently in the freezer downstairs until we get a point to juice them. I think I drank the last jar. We canned the juice last year and made some grape jelly. I think I drank the last jar of grape juice here about a month or so ago. Fantastic with the blend, but Concord by itself is a really good grape for juicing and for jellies. You just really can't beat it. But they're all good. I think the Concord does the best. It's the most vigorous here. So if that tells you anything. But if you can get a seedless grape for eating, if you get the Red Flame seedless, those are fantastic. We grew them in California, but we sold our place before the vine really matured, but they're really good. Basically the best seedless grape you can get, the Red Flame seedless. Let's see. Frida Willman, did your brother help you in the kitchen with the candy? Let's see. No, my brother Steve, if that's the one you're talking about. I don't think he helped me with the candy, but we did make peanut or almond brittle with him. So if you want to check that video out, it's a ways back this month because him and his father made almond brittle every year. So he was actually here. So we made it here. It was really good. He gives it out every year for Christmas. Merry Christmas from Montana, Sherry Jean. Thank you very much. I got friends up in Montana that retired up there. I think they're up around, what is it? That's up northeast or northwest somewhere. Southern Mercy, hi there. Tennessee here too. All right. Love Tennessee. We just got back from there a couple weeks ago. We went to the R.M. Brooks store out in Rugby, Tennessee. We really love Tiffany out there. We've been watching her on YouTube on the Appalachian channel. So we had to go meet her. The Appalachian channel, John that runs it, he runs all over and goes to all the old places out in Tennessee and surrounding areas and kind of showcases the old communities and stuff like that that have kind of dried up since all the highways moved and all that, people moving to the city. But he covers a lot of that, and that's where we found Tiffany and the R.M. Brooks store. We also found Ricky Wright on his channel. We went and visited him there in Jamestown, Tennessee, and he painted a sign for us. Fantastic guy, love Ricky. Definitely going to see him again when we go down there. Let's see here. Country Dad says, mailing you a package tomorrow. I think I know what it is. Kelly's going to love that if it's what you said before. She's going to love that for her sourdough bread, and we'll definitely do a video and show you her making her sourdough bread. She's getting really good at it. She made some sourdough hoagie rolls the other day that were off the hook. Turned them into garlic bread a couple times. They were even better that way. David May said, need some more of your sweet Thai chili sauce. I can send you the recipe, bro. I'm down to 2 jars, so we won't be making any till garden season next year unless we go to the store and buy the stuff, which wouldn't hurt. But yeah, we love that stuff too. If you all haven't seen that recipe, it's in our playlist in recipes. So if you guys don't know how to get to the playlist, you got to go to our channel on YouTube and then click on playlist, and you can see the different playlists that we have. So if there's one thing that you're interested in, not another, you can watch that whole playlist and not say you don't like the recipe content, you only like the tractor stuff. You can watch all the tractor stuff. So we break it up for you like that. Let's see, Country Fun. They need to do an unboxing. Yeah, we can do that for you on one of our videos, not a problem. Nick Knack says, Merry Christmas from Manchester, UK. Welcome across the pond. What time is it over there? It's getting to be evening here. One bright light. I'm making all your Christmas candies tomorrow for our neighbors. I love your recipes. Always delicious. I'm in Tennessee too. Nice. It's a nice state down there. And it's even nicer that they don't take your income tax, your state income tax. That's why a lot of people retire there. Gives you a little more on your retirement pension. So good luck with making those recipes. They're super simple, so you don't need a lot of luck, and everybody should love them. We've been making them for years. My daughter and Ramona just made Christmas candy yesterday. We FaceTimed when they were doing that, and they went out and looked at Christmas lights and all that. It looked like a fun time. Wish I was there with them. Frida Willman said, take care. Southern Mercy, absolutely love rugby. Just went there a few weeks ago. Nice. Say hi to Tiffany if you go back. Country Dad says message retracted, so I don't know what that means. One bright light, I'm only 30 minutes from Jamestown. Wow. That is cool. David May says, okay, send it. I will. I sent the recipe to Tiffany there at Arden Brooks too because she loved it. Country Fun says, yay. Probably for the unboxing video. So, what we got going on around here? Well, it's winter time now, so I want to get out in the shop. I've got to get some firewood cut for the shop. I want to do a product, product review on the Stihl electric chainsaw that I got last year after harvest. I still haven't done that, but I need to use that thing here real quick. We can do a review on that. I think you're going to really enjoy it. I've already used it a little bit, and I'm impressed. And the best thing is you don't have to winterize that thing. Just throw a battery in it and go. The batteries last a good long time, but I don't want to spoil the review. But we'll do one of those. When Steve was here, he helped me clean the gutters out. I put the work platform on the forks on the tractor, and he just drove me around the house. And I cleaned the gutters out. I didn't have to go up and down the ladder. That was fantastic. Kelly and I did the same thing with the Christmas lights. Kelly drove me around the house on the work platform. We put all the Christmas lights up and didn't have to climb a ladder once. It was perfect. So glad I made that thing. I think we did a video on that as well. See, Country Dad, if you come to Oklahoma in the spring, you can stop by. We can eat together, and I will show you the mill. I would absolutely love that. In April, I think, sometime, I don't know what time, sometime in the spring, before the garden kicks off, I always go to California for a few days, catch up with everybody, see the kids. But definitely, I'll try to get that done before the garden kicks off and all that, because there's not a lot to do in the spring other than shop work and stuff like that. So maybe I'll run down there. It's probably only about 8 hours down to where you are, I think. That would be fun. I'd love to see the mill. Kelly, I don't know if she would have the time from work, but we will see. Maybe we could do a long weekend because she does get long weekends sometimes, 4-day weekends. So maybe we could plan it around the 4-day weekend. That would be cool. Let's see, what else do we have going on? We had neighbor's cows in our yard this morning. His fence charger went down overnight, and we thought we heard water running out in the shelter belt last night. It was a weird sound. I walked over there, couldn't figure out what it was. Well, apparently it was cows walking through the shelter belt, crackling things, sounded like water running. We woke up this morning with cows in the front yard and the dogs barking at the window, wanting to get out and chase the cows, but can't let them do that. But Country Dad says free beef. That would be nice, but we can't do that to our neighbors. But one of these days, we still there? Okay, we're still there. My phone blinked out for a second. We did a hog last weekend when Steve was here, and we got it all cut and wrapped. We recently got a lamb from the neighbor down the road. So our freezer is full with that, the garden stuff. So we have no room for any additional stuff right now. We have to eat some stuff out of the freezer before we think about getting some freezer beef. But we still have a little down there. I just cooked some tonight for dinner. I found some shanks down there we're making soup out of tonight. You'll see that video in a few days. But the lamb is really good. I've never been a fan of lamb. It always tasted real weird to me, kind of gamey, whatever. But apparently I've never had good lamb. So the neighbor brought us some lamb after we had watched over their place one weekend. And really enjoyed it. It wasn't much different than beef. I really can't taste the difference. It kind of tastes like grass-fed beef almost, because I think the lambs are on a lot of grass, but they do get grain too. But really enjoyed it. So we actually bought one this year when they harvested and sent them all to the locker. We got a whole one. Came in a 50-pound box, completely done. It was all packed up, all the different. Told them I wanted all chops. I didn't want any roast or anything like that. So we got chops and ribs. But we've been enjoying that. We've got some ground lamb. So got that. But with the pig, for the most part, I didn't have a lot of room. So my cousin husband came over and helped us. And Steve was here. So I gave most of the pig to them, the chops and the ribs and all that. All I kept was all the roasts. I didn't do any hams this year. I cut all the hams into roast, because Kelly really enjoys pulled pork, but that's about the only pork that she likes. So I didn't see any use in keeping chops and stuff like that. I kept a little sausage for me. We made some breakfast sausage, and I kept 5 pounds of ground pork also aside, because I want to make some homemade linguiça, which is a Portuguese sausage. And then there was 4 extra pounds of just ground pork, so I put that in the freezer. I can mix that in maybe with some meatloaf or something. Kelly might eat it if it's mixed with beef or something like that, to where the flavor isn't there. She's just not a big sausage fan, and I think it's like more of the fennel flavor or something like that, like Italian sausage. But she doesn't like the texture. If it's got fat on it, she doesn't want to eat it, so I got to trim things up pretty good for her. But we'll see if she likes the ground pork with the ground hamburger, and maybe be like a meatloaf or something like that. But our freezer's full, crazy, crazy. You should see our root cellar right now too. It's insane. We just got those olives done, so that took about the last open spot on the shelf I had down there this morning when I took them down after Kelly made the labels for me. But we could get snowed in right now for 3 months. We'd be fine, other than they'd miss Kelly at work. Let's see. Leslie Tibbs, my husband wonders how the tractor is coming along. We covered that a little bit earlier. We've got some great weather this week, so we're going to be back on that tractor. So tell him to stay tuned. It's coming along great. It's still like it was last time he seen it. We've got the whole back half painted with all of the rear stuff, the seat, the battery box, all that stuff, the platform, everything's off. So while we have this good weather that I didn't think we were going to have, I'm going to get some painting done, and we'll start reassembling the back of that tractor. And then it's go time. We can start pulling the sheet metal now that's in the shop, and we can get that motor running. So that's where we're at on that. And if you've been watching the Model E, we're going to get back on that as well. I have all the parts for that, so it can go back together anytime. Jimmy and Tammy, fresh is best. Lots of recalls on store-bought right now. Yep. It's hard to trust the store-bought stuff because they have so much stuff in them. Kelly's been buying something called Smart Chicken. Is that right, Kel?
Yeah.
Smart Chicken, because they don't put any additives in it when they package it. They don't inject it with water or none of that stuff. It's just chicken. That's all it is, and it's frozen, flash frozen. And it's really good. We've been eating it. It's a little more expensive, but you know where it's coming from. So Kelly's been on a diet lately where she's not eating a lot of processed foods. She's trying to avoid processed foods, and she's been pretty successful at it. She's lost like 15, 20 pounds already, just not eating processed foods. It's all natural, like meat from the freezer, vegetables from the garden, or the flash frozen vegetables we get from the store that steam in the microwave that are really good. The only ingredient is the vegetable. That's it. There's nothing else in the ingredients, so it's good stuff. A lot of salads and stuff like that. I'm not there yet, but I probably should jump on board with her because it wouldn't hurt me to lose some pounds for sure. Let's see. Stu Pedasso still has tomatoes in Denair. I just picked some. Not surprising. I've had tomatoes even after the first of the year out in California. And then when they stopped turning green or stopped turning red, I would take the plants, pull them up, and hang them upside down in the garage, and the tomatoes would ripen little by little, and I could have tomatoes long ways in the winter. But not surprising, you're still picking tomatoes out there. Long, long growing season. I take it you haven't had a frost yet, or maybe your plants inside, because the frost will kill it right now. Tomatoes do not like frost. One bright light, nothing like a good fried pork steak. I'm there with you. That's for sure. I like them on the barbecue too. Fantastic with my favorite seasoning on them. Oh, I could eat those all day long. Leg of lamb studded with rosemary and garlic served with mint sauce. That was knickknacks. That does sound amazing. I don't have a leg of lamb, but maybe we could order one up next year. Or maybe I could do it with a leg of venison. You never know. Studded with rosemary. And we have plenty of rosemary. We harvested all the rosemary. We've got some dry rosemary sprigs just for that. I cannot pronounce that name. I apologize. Said, Mark, I made your Rolo candy in my air fryer. That would definitely work as long as you didn't leave it in there too long. You can do anything in an air fryer. We use ours a lot. Don't use the barbecue much in the winter, so we'll do steaks in the air fryer, hot dogs, bacon, lots of stuff. We have the Pampered Chef air fryer. We've tried others. This is by far the best. We don't have to take it and shake things around or nothing like that. You just put it in there and go. It's nice. Stu Pedasso, can't wait to see the tractor come together. Me too. I'm excited. It's going to be just a parade tractor is all it's going to be. It's not going to do any work here on the farm. But we have lots and lots of parades here just about for every holiday. And a lot of the towns around here have like heritage days and stuff like that where they have parades and tractor pulls. I'm not going to pull the tractor, but it'd be cool to put it in the parade. Like last year down in the town up north, we were in the parade with a pickup because the dance team from the local school that my cousin's kid goes to, they wanted to be in the parade, so they all rode in the back of my pickup. But now I'll have an even cooler thing for them to ride in because I'm going to get a trailer that goes behind the tractor to pull in parades. We'll set it up so it's pretty cool. So can't wait for that. And then the hit and miss engine, we're going to make an ice cream freezer out of that. So that'll be nice for holidays. Hopefully that's done before the 4th of July. That's my goal, to have that thing put together and working by the 4th. Country Fun says, yay, Kelly. WC Boss, made your holiday snack mix for Thanksgiving. Have been asked to make a double batch for Christmas. I don't doubt it. That stuff is just addictive. You sit down, you just can't stop eating it. Mom requested that I make a batch for her for Christmas. That's the only thing she wants for Christmas is a batch of that snack mix. I took her a bag down last time I made it, and she fell in love with it too. We got that recipe from our neighbor our neighbor Cindy. We got that from her. Thank you, Cindy, for giving us that. Mad Hatter Dawn, is that what? Okay, I get it now. I get your name on there. Thought that was something Asian or something there for a second. Boiled eggs without water. Is that be in your air fryer? Never tried that? I have to have Kelly look that up because she does a lot of boiled eggs. How do they peel after that? Because peeling eggs is terrible. I've tried every trick on the internet. None of them work. That's a great name, Stu. Country Dad said that. Excuse me. One bright light. The tractor is going to look awesome. Yes, it is. It already looks awesome. Mad Hatter Don says, love your channel content. Thank you very much. We try to make the best we can with what we got. Try to teach people how to do stuff the old way, and we really love our subscribers. I cannot believe how the channel has blown up. I wanted to do like a live thing when we hit 13,000, but we've been blowing past these landmarks like crazy. We picked up like 3,000 just in the last month or so, and it's still going. It's only halfway through December, so we may even hit 14,000 by the end of December. Who knows? And the weird thing is that like 85% of the people that watch our channel aren't even subscribers. So that's just very small amount of people that watch, but we love all you guys. A lot of people get negative feedback on their channels and stuff like that. We've never got any of that. We've had some strange people come in a couple times that we kind of had to block, but that's natural. But nobody gives us the negative feedback or anything like that, even though I enjoy constructive criticism. But love all you guys, fantastic people. Susan Valentino says, I really enjoyed your recipes. Thanks again so much. We have a bunch of recipes. I don't know if you've been into our playlist, but all of them are good family recipes that we've been using for years. They're tried and tested, and everybody loves them, so that's why we share them. I don't like secret recipes. A lot of people have secret recipes, but I think secret recipes are kind of silly, especially if you hold that secret and die with your recipe, and then your grandkids can't cook the stuff. So don't have secret recipes. It's just silly. Country Dad, you're a great guy to watch. Thank you, sir. I love your channel as well. Good content. Love the old mill and the giant hit and miss motor you got running. That thing is just amazing. Jimmy and Tammy, I found your channel by YouTube, putting your channel on my recommended. I was wondering if YouTube even recommends our stuff, because the algorithm's a weird thing. You never can tell if your videos are even going out, because they got to be pretty popular for other people to even see them. So hopefully they're sharing our channel as far as I'd like them to, because we want to reach a lot of people. We want all of this knowledge of how to do things the old way to get out, so it's not lost. People need to learn this stuff. One Bright Light, it's great to see your channel grow. Y'all are great people and have really down-to-earth, helpful content. We appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. You've been with us for a long time. We love having you. Country Fun, I found your channel through Country Dad. He was like, you need to try this recipe. He likes your cookie. Don't put too much pressure on her there, Country Dad. But I hope you enjoyed the recipes, and I hope that she has made some. WC Boss, I only have a few subscriptions that I faithfully watch, and you're one of the best by far. Thank you very much. All the kindness. We love our subscribers. If you want to see what Kelly does, go to the MarKelly Farm Facebook page, and you'll see what Kelly does. She runs the Facebook page. I run the YouTube page. So check her out on Facebook. She just today was in the kitchen all day on her last day off, making her famous sugar cookies for the nursing home where my mom's at. She does this every year. She makes them all cards. All the residents get a card, because a lot of them aren't visited by family very often, or hardly ever. So Kelly doesn't want anybody to go through the holiday season without getting a nice holiday greeting. And she made all the residents sugar cookies, and she also made sugar cookies for all the staff. So that's the fantastic wife that I have right there. She's a very caring person and gives of herself all the time. Country Dad, oh hey, I love my cap. Thank you. Yeah, Country Dad was one of the winners on the giveaway, and he picked a MarKelly Farm hat out for his gift. And speaking of which, it's about time with all these new subscribers. We need to do another giveaway here soon. So look for that here in the near future. We'll get that done. Stephanie from Tennessee, she's a good woman. Yes, she is, and you know firsthand, and you are too. Stephanie worked with me out in California. We used to have coffee every morning before work. She was on my shift, on my crew, and we would sit in the morning and solve all the world's problems over coffee. It was kind of nice. Then I met her husband through her, obviously. Country Fun, loved your wedding announcement pictures Kelly shared for your anniversary. Yeah, if I don't know if she shared the story on the MarKelly Farm page, but it's a heck of a story. Our wedding was something else. It was very unconventional, and we had a great time that day, and we couldn't have had a better wedding. So maybe she'll share that story with you at some point. But that was a great day. I had already been through 2 traditional weddings and had no interest in doing another one. Um, to me, that's not what it's all about. You just need 2 people that want to be happy and live happy. So that's what we got, and that's all we need. Stephanie May, thank you. Well, no thanks needed. You're a rock star. Yeah, Dave May said it. Her husband. She was my work wife. I had a couple work wives, but just people I hung out with. She tells y'all what to do. Yeah, Stephanie's got no problem putting people in their place when it's necessary. That's for sure. Mad Hatter Dawn, great attitude. Thank you. 6:44. We'll probably stay on for about another 15 minutes. So if you've got any questions about the homestead here or about anything we do, now's the time to hit me up with them. We got to finish supper up here in a little bit. We've been out doing some stuff today. And Kelly's back to work tomorrow. So it'll be back to the same old grind tomorrow. We'll get back out there and get some stuff done outside now that we have time. Hopefully, Brother Steve gets home all right. He's still stuck in Salt Lake City till tomorrow. Hopefully they get him back on the road. He's going to his daughter's house first in Nevada and then headed home to California where the rest of his family is to spend Christmas there. So he RVs full time, him and his wife Renee. They get out and see the country. Pretty cool. We always enjoy their visits. So David May, when is the next auction? We need to make plans to come out. Now the big one you'll probably want to come out for is in the spring at the fairgrounds. We have a big one in the spring and a big one in the fall. So I will let you know as soon as we figure out when that is. However, there's other farm auctions around, but the big auctions at the fairgrounds are the ones to come to. There's more stuff because everybody brings it in from everywhere around and consigns for the auction there at the fairgrounds. So that would be your best bet. The individual farm auctions, there are good buys, but I wouldn't make, an 18-hour trip out here for that. So hopefully you can come out in the spring. We'll have a good time. I already got that one implement for you that we picked up on the way back from Tennessee. So you've already got something to pick up. Let's see here. Jimmy and Tammy, just want to wish y'all a very Merry Christmas and a safe New Year. Back at you, Jim and Tammy. I just noticed you on the channel. Are you a new subscriber? Because it kind of tripped my mind that the Jim and Tammy, we all know the famous Jim and Tammy from down south. I got a little chuckle out of that when your name came up. One bright light. Any planned changes to your garden for next year? Yes. I'm thinking about going back to the cages for the indeterminate tomatoes because they don't grow vertically very well. So we're going to plant, like I said in previous videos, we're going to do a whole row of Roma tomatoes, which are indeterminate. So I think that might be a little easier in some cages. I have some small cages made out of corn tunnels, but we'll figure something out, or maybe we'll sandwich them in a couple cattle panels or something like that. Vertically very well. So that would be one change. Now, I do have to adjust what I grow because at the beginning of the year, I go down in the root cellar and see what we need because there are some things like our zucchini relish that we make that's just fantastic, and we eat so much of that. We had a bunch. We had plenty to get us through this year. So I didn't grow a lot of zucchini, but next year we'll probably need to make some relish. But you don't need to grow a lot of zucchini to do that. I could get by with 2 or 3 plants and be fine because they go just bananas. But I do adjust what I grow according to what we need. I don't grow corn because our good neighbor down the road grows like 2 or 3 acres of it. So he says, come get all you want. So I don't bother growing sweet corn. This year he also grew fantastic watermelons. They were so good. So I probably won't grow watermelons again. I think it was the cantaloupes that got hailed out, never really came back. The watermelons really never came back. And that's how weird the weather is here. The hail that we got didn't hit my neighbor, who is just 4 or 5 miles down the road, missed him completely. So within a quarter mile, half a mile, you can have different weather. I can get hailed out here, and my neighbor a mile away won't get any. Kind of crazy. My cousins used to plant pumpkins in two different parts of their property because they could get hail on one part of their property and not on the other part of the same property. Pretty crazy. So we got hail twice this year, but we still got a good crop out of some stuff. Some stuff was very resilient and came back. So we were thankful for that. My pickup still hasn't been fixed though. Our, what you call it, body and paint guy here in town, there's several of them and they're all swamped. They can't get you in. So he still needs to do an estimate for the deer that I hit. Still hasn't got that in. My insurance person's getting pretty frustrated, but gotta get what you can get, I guess. David May, awesome. Thank you, sir. Jim and Tammy, LLO. We get that a lot. Oh, the Jim and Tammy thing, I'm sure you do. That was a big deal back in the day. You got to be old enough to remember that, though. But that was a pretty famous deal, Jim and Tammy Baker. So any other questions before we jump off of here? We're here to answer them. We don't do live very often, so if an inquiring mind wants to know, now's the time. We still got Ruby and Brandy here. Ruby's still a puppy. She's all puppy. If you're not watching, she's chewing something up. The only expensive thing she's chewed up so far is all the wiring underneath our sleep number bed, which I thought was going to be pretty expensive, but it's not that bad. But I'm going to build something here soon to where she can't get under the bed in the bedroom because we can't wash her under there. But Kelly found a couple Christmas ornaments kind of chewed up out in the floor in the morning, and she chewed a hole in my favorite blanket and the dog blanket that Kelly puts on the couch for the dogs. She chewed a couple holes in that. Wreck-It Ruby. And then with the cows here local right now, right behind the house and right beside the house, Ruby likes to go find the freshest cow pie that she can find, one that's almost still warm. And she likes to roll in those. It's a natural instinct that they have to cover up their own scent when they're hunting, but it doesn't make for a good house dog, if you can imagine. So we got to watch her for that. We got to try to keep an eye on her when she's outside. And I don't like turning her out there when I'm not out there, but when I am out there and I'm working, she gets into trouble. So it's tough. And then she chewed a few things in my truck. When she rides in the truck, she likes to go underneath the seat cover and get down in the floorboard. And then while she was down there, she chewed the handle off of my tool bag. So now I can't carry my tool bag around. I have to get me a new one. But she's all puppy. Brandy used to be that way. Brandy was pretty ornery in her early days, and she wouldn't let anybody near the yard. She still kind of does that with the mail guy and the UPS guy, but for the most part, people that come over, she's fine with. She doesn't bark at them unless she just hears them come through the door unannounced, and she'll bark a little bit. But Ruby gets her hairs up on her back, and she wants to do harm to people. So we really have to watch that when people come over, even when Steve was here every single morning, and even more than every morning. Every time he would go outside and come back in, she would growl and want to do harm to him. It would take a minute to get her to calm down, and then she'd go and he'd pet her on the head. But you got to kind of ignore her, because if you reach out and try to put your hand out like everybody does, she'll bite you. So you got to be careful with her, but we're watching her pretty close. Hopefully she'll calm down when she gets a little older, like Brandy did. We hope so. Scott Murphy, hello Scott. How are you, bud? Another one of my coworkers from back in the day. When is your next trip to California so we can all get together? I'm coming in the spring, and I hope we can have another get together like we had last time. That was a blast. When I went to California last, me and probably 30 of my old coworkers and their spouses, we met up for dinner. We had a great time. So looking forward to that, Scott. I hope we can do that again. I'll keep everybody posted when I'm coming into town. Louis called me, Steve, the other day when he was with me, and I told Louis I wanted to come to the retiree luncheon if they can figure it out. I don't know what week they do that, but that would be cool. Let's see. My Yorkers goes out and rolls in our horse pies. One bright light. Yep. I'm sure they do. Isn't that fun? Jimmy and Tammy, we love Ruby and Brandy. Adorable. Yep. They can be. Ruby can be a real love bug. She crawls up with Kelly on the couch and cuddles in with her every night. And it's hard because when she comes over and jumps on me, wants to get petted, she scratches me so bad with her nails. But you got to watch her because even when you're walking around the house, if she gets excited, she'll jump up and like push off of you, and she'll dig her nails into you when she does that. So you got it. You can't turn your back on her because she'll jump and push you into something. Pretty crazy. One bright light. Yorkie. Yorkies are the short dogs, right? Real fuzzy, kind of blonde and white, I think.
The first dog.
The what?
The first dog. What people carry them around in their purse.
Oh, people carry them in their purses? I bet you don't carry your Yorkie around in your purse. Scott says that'll be great. Yes, it will. Looking forward to it. WC Boss, I love watching Ruby destroy things. We've got two Yorkie poos and English Mastiffs. Bet you that's a big dog. Golden Retrievers that get into everything they can. Dogs will do that. We got another episode of Wreck-It Ruby probably coming up soon. I've got something that she can put to the test. So we're going to wrap this up in about 4 minutes. It'll be kind of an hour for us. I'm going to try not to wait so long before doing another live. I enjoy doing them. It's just finding the time to do them because our schedule is very fluid. We go to a lot of sports events, like my cousin's kids do a lot of sports, and we love going to watch. It's good entertainment for us. And we go out to dinner. That's one of our guilty pleasures when we're in town. So schedule's pretty crazy. One bright light. Nope, she's not a purse dog. He's about 4 pounds and he chases our LGDs.
Livestock dirty though.
Oh. Yep. Gotta love them pups. It's hard to travel with pups though. It's hard to do things because luckily our friends in Tennessee had no problem with us bringing our dogs because we had 2 of them we had to take with us because we were going to be gone too long. We set up the chickens pretty well and the guineas, but we had a neighbor come by check just in case because he wanted all the eggs. So our neighbor Carl come and got those while we were gone. But dogs can be a boat anchor when you're wanting to go someplace. But we work around it. Our dogs travel pretty well for the most part. Have a good evening, Dave. Tell Kelly hello. She can hear you. Well, she can hear me. Love you guys too. Maybe we can, I don't know if you want to switch up Thanksgiving next year. We'll trade back and forth. I don't know. We had a good time out there at Thanksgiving. We might just come back out there. But we'll see what Steve's doing at that time. That was a fun time. We all met up out at Dave and Stephanie's place. And then Steve came back to our place to visit me. Merry Christmas, one bright light. So Merry Christmas to all of you, and a Happy New Year if we don't do a live before the New Year. Merry Christmas, WC Boss. So we hope you have some great family time together, because that's what these holidays are all about. Getting together and doing some stuff. Get those candy recipes out and get your kids in the house and make those with them. Create some memories with them. Nobody will turn down candy when you take it to them. So I appreciate you all, and thanks for tuning into our channel. You guys are the ones that are blowing this thing up and making it bigger to where we can reach more people, and we appreciate that. And like I said, stay tuned for the giveaway we're going to be doing coming up. We'll figure out how to do it. Probably going to be similar to we've done it in the past. So love you guys. We're going to check out for now. I got to go finish supper. Kelly's probably getting hungry. So till next time, like always, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you guys. Have a great holiday and a great new year.